The air is thin up there, a stark contrast to the thick, oxygen-rich atmosphere we take for granted at sea level. Each breath is a conscious effort, a reminder of the body's struggle against the elements. Sharp in your lungs, laced with granite and pine, the scent of the ancient stone and resilient trees fills your senses, a primal aroma that speaks of endurance and the raw power of nature. Two climbers cling to El Capitan, tiny against the vast stone and sky. They are mere specks on this monumental canvas, their ambition and skill pitted against the unyielding grandeur of the mountain. Their movements are careful, a dance of survival. Each placement of hand and foot is deliberate, a calculated risk in a world where mistakes can be fatal. Below, the world sprawls in green and gray, a tapestry of forests and rock formations stretching as far as the eye can see. The valley floor seems impossibly distant, a reminder of the height and the isolation, breathtaking and indifferent. The beauty is undeniable, but it offers no comfort, no guarantee of safety. The wilderness simply exists, uncaring of the human drama unfolding within its embrace. Beauty here is edged with danger, a constant reminder of the precariousness of life in this extreme environment. The line between awe and fear is razor thin. It doesn't care if you survive. The mountain is an impartial judge, rewarding skill and punishing mistakes with equal measure. There is no room for error, no second chances. Suddenly, a metallic crack shatters the silence, a sound that echoes through the valley, carrying with it a sense of impending doom. It's the sound of metal failing, of trust betrayed. One climber, a young woman, slips, plummeting in a desperate arc. The world turns upside down in a terrifying rush, the wind screaming in her ears as she falls towards the unforgiving ground. The rope snaps her fall, a jarring halt that sends shockwaves through her body. The sudden deceleration is brutal, but it's the difference between life and death, leaving her dangling, alive but shaken. Suspended between the sky and the earth, she hangs precariously, the reality of her near-death experience sinking in. The silence that follows is heavier than the fall, a suffocating blanket that smothers the sounds of the wind and the distant world below. It's a silence filled with unspoken fear and the weight of what just happened. Something is wrong up there, terribly wrong. A sense of unease settles over the mountain, a feeling that something sinister is lurking just beyond the edge of perception. This is where Untamed begins, a story of survival, of secrets hidden in plain sight, and of the darkness that can reside even in the most beautiful places. The greatest dangers aren't always the ones you see coming. Sometimes the most insidious threats are those that are masked by the familiar, hidden in the shadows, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. The fall is just the first tremor in a deeper mystery, a catalyst that sets in motion a chain of events that will unravel the secrets hidden within the mountain's heart. The surviving climber's terror isn't just about the height. It's a primal fear, born of something he witnessed, something that defies explanation and shatters his understanding of the world. He's seen something that has shaken him to his core, leaving him with a look of profound dread in his eyes, something unnatural, stalking them up the cliff, a presence that moves with unnatural speed and silence, a predator that seems to be one with the shadows themselves. The real monster isn't the mountain, with its unforgiving cliffs and treacherous terrain. It's something that hunts among us, using the wild as cover, preying on our fears and vulnerabilities. This moment shatters the illusion of safety, revealing the fragility of human existence in the face of the unknown. The cliff's sheer drop, the emptiness below, a dizzying reminder of the consequences of failure. Amplify the human drama, turning a simple climb into a desperate struggle for survival against both the elements and something far more sinister. The girl's fall is more than physical. It's a plunge into a nightmare she never could have imagined. It's a loss of control, chaos intruding on order, a disruption of the carefully constructed reality they thought they knew. The wilderness doesn't care about your plans, your ambitions, or your fears. It simply exists, a force of nature indifferent to human concerns. In an instant, everything changes, the world tilting on its axis as the climbers are plunged into a desperate fight for their lives. Someone must pick up the pieces, confront the darkness, and try to make sense of the inexplicable events that have unfolded on the face of El Capitan. And the true threat is only beginning to reveal itself, a terrifying presence that will push them to their limits and force them to confront their deepest fears. Yosemite is a cathedral. Sunlight through sequoias, waterfalls roaring down granite, the Merced River winding below. It's a place of awe and peace, but the beauty is a mask. Beneath the postcard views, Yosemite is untamed. Cliffs become traps, rivers turn deadly, predators roam by ancient rules. Weather shifts in an instant, turning safety into survival. Untamed uses this duality. The park is both sanctuary and hunting ground. The landscape isn't just a backdrop, it's a character, hiding danger and isolating victims. The beauty lulls you, then reveals its teeth. We're drawn to the wild to feel alive, but always aware of the risk. The show taps into that primal thrill and the vulnerability that comes with it. For all our planning, we're still guests in a world that doesn't care if we make it out. Yosemite is both refuge and threat, and Untamed never lets us forget it. Enter Special Agent Kyle Evans. His beat isn't city streets, but millions of wild acres. Played by Eric Bana, Evans is shaped by the land he protects. As an ISB agent, he's part detective, part survivalist. He reads the wilderness like a book, every broken twig, every faint track. But the job has left its mark. He's seen darkness invade these sacred places. The climber's fall draws him into a new, calculated threat. Evans must navigate the park's tight-knit community and the elements, hunting a predator as skilled as he is. Bana's Evans isn't a superhero. He's a professional pushed to his limits. He stands as the thin line between order and chaos in the wild. Justice here is lonely work, but someone has to do it. Eric Bana approached the role of Kyle Evans, the dedicated ISB agent, with deep respect, not only for the character, but for the world he was entering. He understood the weight of portraying someone entrusted with protecting our natural landscapes. To fully embody the role, he underwent rigorous training with real ISB agents and park rangers, immersing himself in their world. He was committed to learning both the practical skills necessary for survival in the wilderness and the specific mindset required to protect it. This included everything from tracking and navigation to understanding the delicate balance of the ecosystem. You have to be comfortable with solitude, Bana says, emphasizing the importance of self-reliance in the vast wilderness. Find peace in intimidating places. It's about finding your center amidst the challenges and grandeur of nature. Kyle Evans is more at home with silence than small talk. He's a man of few words, deeply connected to the natural world. Always watching, always listening, attuned to the subtle signs of the wilderness, ever vigilant in his duty. Bana's performance captures that stillness, that quiet strength that defines Kyle Evans. It's a portrayal that highlights that profound connection to the land, a bond that drives his every action. Beyond the character, Bana is genuinely passionate about conservation, lending his voice to protect these vital ecosystems. Filming in Yosemite, surrounded by its majestic beauty, he felt the park's grandeur, a place that inspires awe and wonder. But he also witnessed its fragility, the delicate balance that is constantly threatened. The show subtly touches on critical issues like climate change and the impact of human encroachment on these protected spaces, presenting them not as abstract political debates, but as very real and tangible threats to our natural world. If this story makes people appreciate these places more, to understand their value, and the importance of protecting them, we've done something important, Bana says, highlighting the show's potential for positive change. Untamed is a Trojan horse. It lures you in with its thrilling narrative, come for the suspense and the captivating mysteries, but leave with a deeper appreciation for the wild and a renewed sense of responsibility. The series uses mystery and intrigue to draw viewers in, captivating them with its stunning visuals and compelling characters, but ultimately leaves them thinking deeply about what's at stake, about the future of our planet and the importance of conservation. It's entertainment with a powerful message, a call to action disguised as a thrilling drama, one that lingers long after the credits roll, prompting reflection and inspiring a desire to protect our natural heritage. The wild needs its guardians, those dedicated individuals who stand on the front lines of conservation, both on screen in the form of characters like Kyle Evans and off-screen in the form of real park rangers and conservationists who dedicate their lives to protecting our planet. Untamed springs from creator Mark L. Smith, known for The Revenant. Smith sees the national parks as the last frontier, a modern landscape where old myths echo. His inspiration. What happens when human savagery invades our most pristine places? The park isn't just a setting, it's an antagonist, amplifying human drama and danger. The story is a modern Western. Evans as the reluctant sheriff, the wilderness as the lawless town. The criminals aren't outlaws, but something more insidious, hiding in the vastness. Smith's writing forces us to confront our relationship with nature, playground or battleground. Characters are deeply connected to the land, each offering a unique perspective. Through their eyes, the park becomes a contested space, full of beauty and peril. Untamed is a thriller that's as thought-provoking as it is gripping. Thrillers set in the wild tap into something primal. We crave stories of survival, of ordinary people facing extraordinary odds. The wilderness is both beautiful and menacing, a perfect stage for suspense. Untamed plays on our ancestral fear of the unknown, reminding us nature is still untamable. The idea that a human predator lurks here adds a chilling twist. The landscape itself becomes a source of tension. Limitless, unpredictable, unforgiving. Every sound, every shadow could mean danger. These stories are about more than survival. They're about resilience and the human spirit. We watch and wonder, would we have the same courage? Untamed strips conflict to its core, life versus death, good versus evil, humanity versus nature. In that struggle, we find both terror and comfort. National parks are America's sanctuaries millions visit for beauty and peace. But behind the postcard views lies real wilderness wild animals, unforgiving terrain, unpredictable forces. Every year, people get lost, injured, or worse. The wildness that draws us in is also what makes these places risky. Parks are sanctuaries with teeth, demanding respect. Untamed peels back the veneer, revealing the challenges of managing a place like Yosemite. Rangers are more than guides, they're first responders, law enforcement, and protectors. The show highlights the tension between access and preservation. Climate change, pollution, and crime threaten these wild places. Untamed urges us to look beyond the beauty and see the challenges of preservation. The wildness we seek must be actively defended. These parks are ours to protect, not just enjoy. Playing Kyle Evans carries weight. Eric Bana knows he's representing real ISB agents. These professionals work in the toughest environments, handling everything from poaching to homicide. Bana wanted to portray Evans as grounded and competent, not an action hero. The show captures the psychological toll, the isolation, the burden of past cases. Being a guardian of the wild is physically and emotionally demanding. Untamed shines a light on this little-known branch of law enforcement. It raises awareness about the realities of managing our national parks. Bana's nuanced performance is a tribute to these real-life guardians. He embodies their integrity, resilience, and deep connection to the land. Their story becomes accessible and unforgettable. Untamed is more than just a gripping thriller. It's a mirror reflecting the anxieties and challenges of our modern world. It delves into the complex relationship between humanity and the natural world, presenting a narrative that resonates deeply with the pressing issues of our time. It's a story crafted specifically for our times, a narrative that speaks to the heart of the environmental crisis we are currently facing. In an age defined by the looming threat of climate change and the devastating reality of environmental loss, where we witness melting glaciers and shrinking forests, Untamed feels not just relevant, but absolutely essential viewing. It's a story that needs to be told, and more importantly, heard. The show cleverly uses the framework of a mystery to pose profound questions, forcing us to confront and examine our often fraught relationship with the planet we call home. It asks us to consider our impact and responsibility. Eric Bana, with his insightful perspective, believes that powerful stories have the unique ability to spark empathy and inspire meaningful action. A good story, he eloquently states, can make you deeply care about a place you've never even seen, fostering a connection that transcends physical boundaries. The depiction of the human predator lurking in the wild, a figure driven by primal instincts, serves as a potent metaphor, representing the multitude of threats that relentlessly endanger our fragile environment. Just as Evans embarks on a relentless hunt for a killer, driven by a sense of justice, we too must confront the pervasive issues of pollution, the escalating crisis of global warming, and the alarming rate of biodiversity loss that threatens the delicate balance of our ecosystems. The show serves as a powerful reminder, a wake-up call urging us to acknowledge the urgency of the situation. It underscores that ignorance and inaction are simply not viable options in the face of such a monumental challenge. The breathtaking beauty of the natural world, the beauty we so often take for granted, is ultimately fragile and vulnerable. Untamed masterfully transports us to a world that is undeniably worth fighting for, a world teeming with life and wonder. It's a compelling call to heightened awareness, a passionate plea for responsible stewardship of our planet, all skillfully wrapped in a captivating layer of suspense and intrigue. As Evans bravely stands against the untamed wilderness, confronting its challenges and mysteries, he is, in essence, fighting for the very soul of the wilderness, and ultimately, for our own. The story lingers long after the credits roll, persistently urging us to actively protect what truly matters most, our planet and its irreplaceable natural heritage.